Is your sensor not reading properly? In this video, you'll learn how to specifically troubleshoot different kinds of sensors. First, connect the sensor directly to the controller's sensor port, without any extra cables or Y splitters. Recalibrate it with 2 to 3 hygrometers. Then press the Enter button to go to the setting page and choose System. Then Calibration. And go to Temperature and input the average value of the temperature on the hygrometers. Repeat the same steps with humidity. Let it sit in your grow room for a day and see if you can get matching readings with the hygrometers afterwards. To calibrate your CO2 sensor, connect it directly to the controller sensor port. If you have a third-party CO2 meter, recalibrate with it. If you don't have any CO2 meters, set your sensor outdoors. Extend it with cables and Y splitter if you have to. Recalibrate it to 400 ppm, which is the average outdoor CO2 level. Press the Enter button to go to the setting page and choose System, then Calibration, and go to CO2. Input the average value of the CO2 ppm record from the CO2 meters. Let it sit in your grow room for a day and see if you can get similar readings afterwards. To calibrate your water content sensor, first, make sure it's addressed to the controller properly. Normally, we'd recommend preparing 2 rock wool cubes, one soaked with nutrient water and another completely dry. The best way to use the water content sensor is to insert the pins all the way in horizontally, around 1/3 of the way up from the bottom on your grow media. We'll calibrate it to 100%. Be sure the pins are inserted all the way in. Then press and hold the addressing button for 5 seconds. And press the addressing button again to confirm. After you've done calibrating it to 100%, remove the probe and wipe it dry. You can leave the sensor in open air. Or insert it into a dry cube. Then press the addressing button 5 times and press again to confirm to calibrate the dry probe to 0%. After calibrated, let it set in your grow media overnight and see if you can have stable readings. The pH sensor has to be soaked with liquid all the time, or else it could go bad easily. You can see here there's a sphere of glass at the tip of the sensor, filled with liquid. If it's all dried up, very much possible it's a bad or defective sensor. To calibrate it properly, prepare 2 different values of the pH solutions. Usually, it's a 4 and 7. On the main menu of the Aqua-X controller, press the Enter button. Go to Calibration. You'll need to calibrate it 2 times. One time with higher pH and one time lower. We'll start with a pH 7 Be sure to insert the pH probe into the solution before calibrating. Now we'll go for the pH 4. After calibration, let it set in one of the solutions for 24 hours and see if you can get stable readings. To calibrate your EC sensor properly, prepare a bottle of conductivity standard solution. On the main menu of the Aqua-X controller, press the Enter button. Go to Calibration. Then go to the EC menu. Readjust the same value with your EC solution. After calibration, again, let it sit in the solution for 24 hours and see if you can get stable readings. If you're using an HCS1 controller, then go to System and Calibration. If it's an HCS2 you're using, just tap the nut icon on the top right corner and pick Calibration. If you have an NFS1, simply press Enter, then go to System Settings and Calibration. Or just press Enter, then go to CO2 calibration if it says CDA1. Thanks for watching, I will see you next time.